Hello everyone, welcome to Genesis Coaching Institute. I am Tapas Shokar, biology teacher. We are discussing NEET 2022 questions, and we have already discussed the botany questions in part 1 and part 2. And zoology questions also half part is done, that is part 3. In part 3 we have solved zoology questions from question number 151 to question number 176. Today we will discuss from question number 176 to 200. So without further delay, let's start our video. So question number 177, what does it say? Given below are two statements. Two statements are given. Okay, and I'm showing two statements. One is assertion and another one is reason. Okay, so assertion is saying that all vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates. Is it correct or wrong? Yes, it is correct that all vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates, because some chordates may be hemichordata, euchordata. Okay, but so all chordates are not vertebrates, but vertebrate. We are the vertebrata, but we come under chordata. So assertion is correct, but the reason that is given, it is correct or not. Notochord is replaced by vertebral column in the adult vertebrates. Yes, it is correct that we also have notochord during our, we also produce notochord during our embryonic development, but that particular notochord will be replaced by vertebral column in our development process. So assertion is correct and reasoning is correct. So answer will be option number 4. Question number 177, answer will be option number 4, that is both assertion and reason is correct, and reason is the correct explanation of assertion. Question number 178, two statements are given. Statement 1 is saying mycoplasma can pass through less than 1 micron filter size. Mycoplasma can pass through less than 1 micron filter size. Yes, it is correct. It can pass through 1 micron filter size because you see they are the smallest organisms. Are you getting my point? That's right. Statement 2 is saying mycoplasma are bacteria with cell wall. No, you see mycoplasma can pass through 1 micron filter size because it is the smallest. Are you getting my point? Smallest cell you can say. And but the mycoplasma are bacteria, but they don't have cell wall. They don't have cell wall. It is the exception that mycoplasma bacteria, we know bacteria have cell wall, but mycoplasma are the bacteria which don't have cell wall. But it is saying that they have cell wall. So statement 1 is correct, statement 2 is wrong. So answer will be option number 2. Question number 178. Option number 2 is the correct answer. Now question number 179. Regarding meiosis, which of the statement is incorrect? Regarding meiosis, DNA replication occurs in S phase of meiosis 2. I think it is wrong. We need to find out the incorrect statement. This is wrong because DNA replication occurs in S phase of meiosis 1. You see in meiosis there is meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. So before meiosis 1, cell preparation stage goes on, interphase or interkinase. So there is some stages like G1, S and G2, and this is gonna M. So in S phase DNA replication occurs, but as in meiosis you will find two meiosis. So it is not like that again here the cell cycle, the cell division will take place, DNA replication will take place. Before meiosis 1, DNA replication takes place, but after meiosis 1 for meiosis 2, again DNA replication will take place. It is not correct. DNA replication will take place only single time in meiosis. We know that meiosis cell division is divided into meiosis 1 and meiosis 2, but DNA replication will take place in before meiosis 1. After meiosis 1, it will prepare for meiosis 2, but no DNA replication will take place. You need to find out the incorrect statement, and option number 1 is incorrect. Answer will be option number 1. But let us see option number 2, what it is saying. Pairing of homologous chromosomes and recombination occurs in meiosis 1. Yes, pairing of homologous chromosomes takes place in prophase stage of meiosis 1. So it is correct. Question number 3. Option number 3. 4 haploid cells are formed at the end of meiosis 2. Yes, we know that in mitosis cell division we get 4 daughter cells, and in meiosis cell division we get 4 daughter cells. From meiosis 1 you will get 2 daughter cells, and these daughter cells will continue. This is meiosis 1 and this will be meiosis 2. So after meiosis 2 we will get 4 cells. So in meiosis we are getting 4 cells. Now option number 4, there are two stages in meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Yes, it is correct. So option number 1 is correct. Question number 80. In situ conservation refers to, we have already discussed in earlier questions. In situ conservation means conservation in the nature, in their home, in the home of the species. The organism where they are staying, suppose animal, suppose lion. Lion will be preserved in the jungles where it is their home, where it is staying there. So their natural habitat In the natural habitat, they will be conserved. So it is an in situ. But if the lion we take out from the jungle and we protect in the zoo, then it will be ex situ conservation. They are saying that in situ conservation refers to option number 1, conserve only high risk species. Option number 2, conserve only endangered species. Option number 3, conserve only extinct species. Option number 4, protect and conserve the whole ecosystem. Answer will be option number 4. It not only conserve the high risk species, endangered species or extinct species. Extinct species, how can you conserve? We cannot conserve. So yes, it conserves as an ecosystem as a whole. Are you getting my point? All the species present in that particular area will be conserved. Okay, so answer will be option number 4. Question number 80. Option number 4. Now question number 181. At which stage of life the oogenesis process is initiated? Oogenesis process is initiated at which stages of life? Number 1, during embryonic development. Number 2, birth. Number 3 option, adult. Number 4, puberty. We know that in oogenesis, that is the process of production of ova, it takes place when the embryonic development of the child is going on inside the womb of the mother. Getting my point? And during the embryonic development of the baby, when it was inside the womb of the mother, during that time only the follicular development and the formation of the primary oocytes starts. From that stage, when the child is inside the mother's womb. Okay, after birth, the primary follicle development, the primary follicle will get developed, follicle, all these will take place. So, but the oogenesis process starts from the embryonic stage. The answer is option number 1. So, question number 181, option number 1. Now, question number 182. Which of the following is a correct match for disease and symptoms? Disease and symptoms. Okay, we need to find out the correct statement. So, option number 1, TKD. TKD means high calcium level causing rabies swarms. Option number 2, Meissen rabies, genetic disorder resulting in weakening and paralysis of skeletal muscles. Option number 3, muscular dystrophy and autoimmune disorder causing progressive degeneration of skeletal muscles. Option number 4, arthritis, inflamed joints. So, option number 4 is the correct answer. That is arthritis. In arthritis, we know it is an autoimmune disease, and what does it cause? It causes inflammation of the joints. So option number 4 will be correct. Now question number 183. Given below two statements. Two statements are given. Statement 1: autoimmune disorder is a condition where body defense mechanism recognize its own cells as foreign bodies. Yes, in autoimmune diseases, you see right now means in normal human being or in normal case, what happens? Our macrophages and the cells can determine. Okay, give me a second. Okay, so in normal stages, what happens? Our cell defense system can recognize which is a foreign cell or which is a foreign particle and which is our own cells. So they will attack only the foreign particle. Okay, but there is one stage when these what you can say our immune cells, when these immune cells forgets, they cannot differentiate which one is a body cell or which one is a foreign particle. At this stage, they try to attack their own cells. The macrophages of the WBC try to attack the blood cells and the other cells because they think that it is a foreign particle. They cannot differentiate. They have lost this capacity. Then it will develop disease. And those diseases will come under the autoimmune disorder and autoimmune disease. Getting my point? Arthritis is a case of autoimmune disease. So statement 1 is correct. Statement 2: rheumatoid arthritis is a condition where body does not attack stem cells. I have told you that rheumatoid arthritis, it is an example of autoimmune disease. But they are saying rheumatoid arthritis is a condition where body does not attack stem cells. Rheumatoid arthritis is a condition where body does attack stem cells. So option number 2 is wrong. The answer will be option number 2. Where statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is wrong. Now question number 184. Question number 184. In gene therapy of adenosine deaminase deficiency, the patient requires periodic infusion of genetically engineered lymphocytes because we know in adenosine deaminase deficiency what happens. Adenosine deaminase is an enzyme when it is lacking in an individual, that person will develop one disease known as an ADA deficiency. Actually, this enzyme will convert the phenylalanine into tyrosine, and when this enzyme is not there, then the phenylalanine cannot get converted into the next product. As a result, it accumulates in the body. As a result, mental retardation occurs. Okay, so in adenosine deaminase deficiency, the patient requires periodic infusion of genetically engineered lymphocytes because we know in adenosine deaminase deficiency, the enzyme when it is lacking in an individual, that person will develop one disease known as an ADA deficiency. Actually, this enzyme will convert the phenylalanine into tyrosine, and when this enzyme is not there, then the phenylalanine cannot get converted into the next product. As a result, it accumulates in the body. As a result, mental retardation occurs. Okay, so In gene therapy of the, it can be treated with the gene therapy. This disease, FSM, GMRS deficiency can be treated with the gene therapy. So that person who has developed this disease, so that person periodic infusion, regularly that person should be supplied with this enzyme. How? It's their lymphocyte will be carried out from their blood, and their lymphocyte in the lymphocyte that particular gene which will code this enzymes need to be given in the lymphocytes, and again the lymphocyte will be when the lymphocytes again will be injected to the patient's body. After infusion of that particular gene coding which will code that particular enzyme, we need to insert in the lymphocyte cell. Then lymphocyte cell should be put back in that particular patient's body. Rapid, it should take place in a regular way. Are you getting my point? Why? What is the reason? Number one, gene isolated from bone marrow cell producing ADI. ADI is introduced into cells at embryonic stages. Okay. Number two, lymphocytes from patient's blood are grown in culture outside the body. Number three, genetically engineered lymphocytes are not immortal cells. Why rapid infusion is necessary? Why after 1 month or 1.5 months again you need to take out the lymphocyte cells, again you need to inject that particular gene, okay, gene in the lymphocyte cells, and again you need to put back that particular lymphocytes in the patient body. Why regularly it needs to be done? Because after doing one process, genetically engineered lymphocytes are not immortal, they die. So when they will die, that particular gene coding this enzyme, it will also get lost. As a result, the patient again will develop that particular disease due to the deficiency of that particular enzyme. So again the lymphocyte needs to be taken, again it needs to be genetically engineered, so regularly it should be done. So answer option number 3 is correct. Genetically engineered lymphocytes are not mortal, they die. So when the death occurs, again the new lymphocytes will be whatever the new lymphocyte produced in the patient's body, but that lymphocyte doesn't have the genetically engineered gene. That lymphocytes are not genetically engineered. That lymphocyte doesn't contain that gene which will produce that particular enzyme. That's why the patient is developing that disease. No, because that lymphocyte doesn't have that particular gene. We are taking out the lymphocyte and we are giving in the lymphocyte, and the patient is becoming to produce that particular enzyme. That patient become able to produce that particular enzyme. So when the lymphocyte will die, along with that the gene is also died, genetically engineered. But patient is producing new lymphocyte, but new lymphocyte is taking of that particular gene. Again, the lymphocyte needs to be injected with that particular gene coding enzyme. So genetically engineered lymphocytes are not immortal cells. Option 3 is the right answer. Now question number 185. Question number 185. Breeding crops with higher levels of vitamins and minerals or higher proteins and healthier fats is called breeding crops. Breeding crops with higher level of vitamins, with higher level of minerals, with higher level of proteins and healthier fats. So they will come under option number 1, bioregulation. Bioregulation is a technique through which the pollution will be controlled by biological organisms. Bio means the pollution will be controlled because those plants will be grown in between two roads and they will absorb the particulate matter from the environment. Okay, so bioregulation is a technique to control pollution. Biofortification, it will be biofortification. Through the process of biofortification, the crops will be high quality crops can be produced. The crops containing high amount of carbohydrate fats produced. So option number 2 is the correct answer. But option number 3 what is given? Bioregulation. Bioregulation, you know what is bioregulation. Number 4, biomagnification. Biomagnification, I think you know. In NCERT, very nice example is given. No? When due to the when water will be full of DDT, so DDT will be taken up by the phytoplankton. Phytoplanktons will be taken up by the zooplankton. So DDT cannot get digested. DDT tends to accumulate in the body. As a result, the DDT will get accumulated in the zooplankton. When the zooplankton will be eaten by the small fish. So DDT is accumulated in the small fish, but the rate of the accumulation from phytoplankton to the zooplankton to small fish to large fish to large fish to small fish, the deposition of the DDT increases in particular in every trophic level of the temperature. As a result, from 0.05 it becomes 5 5 ppm of DDT. So this is known as a biomagnification. Okay, question number 186. Which of the following statement is correct? Which of the following statement is correct? Option number 1. The tricuspid and bicuspid valves open due to the pressure exerted by the simultaneous contraction of the atrium. The tricuspid and the bicuspid valve open due to the pressure exerted by the simultaneous contractions of the atrium. Option number 2. Blood moves freely from atrium to ventricle during joint diastole. Option number 3. Increased ventricular pressure causes closing of seminal valves. Option number 4. The atrioventricular node generates an action potential to stimulate atrial contraction. The atrioventricular node generates an action potential to stimulate atrial contraction. No, option number 4 is wrong, because AVN generates contraction. AVN generates contraction. This is a sinoatrial node, SNM. It will generate impulses to stimulate the contraction of atrium. This is atrium. Suppose this is the ventricle. So this is atrial contraction will be done by the sinoatrial node. The sinoatrial node, it will continue and it will produce another node, and it is known as AVN. AVN will produce impulse and it will be carried forward to the ventricle to contract the ventricle. To contract the atrium, it will be done by the SNM. To contract the ventricle, it will be done by the AVN. Option number 4 is completely wrong. Option number 1. The tricuspid and the bicuspid valves open due to presence of due to the pressure exerted by the simultaneous contraction of the atrium. No. You see. Suppose this is the tricuspid valve and this is the bicuspid valve. They will be open. They are seen. Will open due to the pressure exerted by the atrium. They will open. It is not the pressure. It is not the pressure of the blood which will. No, it is not the contraction of the atrium. It is not the contraction of the atrium which will allow these two valves to open. It is a relaxation. It is a relaxation of the atrium. It is a relaxation of the atrium due to which it is relaxation of the atrium as well as the relaxation of the ventricle. It is due to the relaxation of atrium and ventricle. Atrium and ventricle. It is the relaxation of the atrium when the atrium will be full of blood. Again, getting my point, when the atrium will be full of blood, then contraction is done. I'm getting my point. Then when you try to release joint diastole, when the joint diastole will occur, this valve will open, and then the blood will go to the machine. So option number 1, the tricuspid and the bicuspid valve open due to the pressure exerted by the simultaneous contraction of the atrium. No, it is wrong. It opens due to the simultaneous contraction of ventricle and atrium. It is not only atrium. Option number 1 is wrong. Number 2, blood moves freely. Blood moves freely from atrium to the ventricle during joint diastole. Yes, option number 2 is correct. During joint diastole, that is atrium and ventricle when they will relax. So option number 2 is correct. Question number 186. Option number 2 is correct. Okay, what is the next option? The increased ventricular pressure. The increased ventricular pressure causes closing of the seminal valves. No. The increased ventricular pressure will, there is two. There is, suppose these are two ventricles, then there are two pulmonary arterial aorta. So there is two valves. These are seminal valves. So they will be open when the ventricle will contract. They will be open. They will go. From here the deoxygenated blood, from here the oxygenated blood. From here the deoxygenated blood will go to the lungs, and from here the pure blood or oxygenated blood will go to the different part of the body. But it will close. When it will close? When the ventricle will contract, it will open. When the ventricle will relax, when the blood is gone, when the pressure is low, then it will. Or when all the blood is gone, so that the blood doesn't comes again. So that the blood doesn't flow backwards, then these two valve will, separator valve will be closed. So, increased ventricular pressure causes closing. No. Decreased ventricular pressure will allow the seminal valves to close. Okay. Now question number 187. Select the incorrect statement. We need to find out the incorrect statement. Electrical current can flow directly from Electrical current can flow directly from one neuron to the another to the other neuron, the electrical synapse, which is correct. You see, suppose this is a nerve. Suppose this is a nerve. So this is the dendrite. This is another nerve. This is the dendrite. This is what? This is nerve endings. This is nerve endings. So nerve endings. So impulse will be carried forward by this way. Then it will be released. If it is released, if there is a gap, then this is known as the synapse. Through this synapse, the message will be. That impulse, when it will reach here, the message will be given in the form of chemicals. No, the message will be given in the synapse in the form of chemicals known as the neurotransmitter. Known as the neurotransmitter. And now these chemicals will go inside the dendrite of this nerve, and it will be carried forward. Are you getting my point? But there is some nerve where this synapse is where this synapse is not there. Suppose this is the nerve endings and this is the dendrite. So this is the dendrite. There is the synapse. This is the nerve ending. So in this type of neurons where synapse is not there, chemical will not be released. The electrical impulse will travel in such a fast mode. This type of nerves is present in your brain, in spinal cord, in embryo. So this type of nerve will carry forward the message, that is the nerve impulse, in very fast way. It is little bit slow, it is very fast. And there is no synapse, it will be electrical impulse. This nerve impulse is known as electrical impulse. Are you getting my point? So they are saying electrical current can flow directly from one neuron to another through the electrical synapse. This is correct. Option number 2. Chemical synapses use neurotransmitter. Yes, chemical synapses. This synapse, they will release chemical in synapse. So this is another chemical synapse. So in chemical synapses are neurotransmitters. Yes, these are the neurotransmitters. Option number 3. Impulse transmission across the chemical synapse is always faster than that of the electrical synapse. No, it is wrong. We need to find out the incorrect statement. They are saying that chemical synapse is faster than electrical synapse. No, electrical transmission is faster than this one. So option number 3 is wrong. Question number 1 is option 1. Option number 2 is saying the membranes of postsynaptic and the membranes of the this nerve is known as the presynaptic. Before synapse, so this is the presynaptic neuron, and after synapse is known as the postsynaptic neuron. This is the postsynaptic neuron. Okay, my point. So the membranes of the presynaptic and the postsynaptic neurons are in close proximity to electrical impulse. Yes. In electrical impulse, the membranes which one? The cell membranes of the postsynaptic neuron. This is a cell, no? The cell always has a cell membrane. So this is a postsynaptic neuron. The cell membrane of the postsynaptic neuron, the cell membrane of the presynaptic neuron. They are in close proximity. They are in close to each other in electrical nerve transmission. Question number 1 is TH. Select the incorrect statement with respect to equidability. Equidability, we need to find out the incorrect statement. Number 1, amnestic response. Amnestic response means secondary response. So amnestic response is initiated on subsequent mental cortex of the same pathology. Means secondary response will be shown when that particular pathogen. Suppose I have developed what you can say chickenpox. I'm getting my point. Chickenpox. So the first time when the chickenpox will infect me, then I will develop one primary response. It is slow. It is just slow. And during that time, my body will come to know that how to kill that particular pathogen, chickenpox. I'm getting a point. How to kill that particular pathogen in the first time. This is the primary response. So earlier before the infection, my body doesn't have any antibody to kill that particular pathogen. That's why I have developed the disease. And my body will try to kill them, and whatever I have developed the disease or fever or whatever the response my body will show to that particular pathogen, it is a primary response. In the second time when I developed the chickenpox, but now my body has already made the antibody during the first infection. At that time my body has produced antibodies. In the second infection, the response shown by my body is very little, and this response is the amnestic response, secondary response, and it is very fast. I will not develop the disease. So it is correct that endosteric response is initiated. When I will show the secondary response? When the pathogen will attack the second time. So endosteric response is initiated on subsequent encounters for the same pathogen. Pathogen is same. Correct. Option number 1 is correct. We need to find out the incorrect thing. Question number 2. Endosteric response is due to the memory of the first encounter. Yes. Secondary response. In secondary response, I have not developed. This is why? Because during the first infection, I have produced some memory cells, some antibodies. Okay. Now in the second infection, they directly know how to kill the pathogen. Are getting my point? So endosteric response is due to secondary response is due to the memory of the primary infection. Question number 3. Option number 3. I'm sorry. Acquired immunity is non-specific type of defense present at the time of birth. Okay. Acquired immunity means the immunity that you have developed after the birth. Innate immunity means the immunity which are present in your body. From the time of means when you will develop, when you are children, at that time your body has some barriers, some defense mechanism which are present since your childhood. It is present, it came from your parents, it is already present in your body. So this is an innate immunity, like tears of our eyes, like mucus of our elementary lining, mucus. These are what? These are part of innate immunity, and these are non-specific. They will protect you from every kind of organisms. Tears, then mucus. They will kill virus also. Any kind of pathogen they can kill. They are not specific. But the acquired immunity, the immunity that you will develop after your birth, like chickenpox. So the chickenpox, the antibody of the chickenpox that I have developed, it will kill only the chickenpox pathogen. It will not kill any other pathogen. So option number you need to find out the incorrect. They are saying that acquired immunity is specific. Sorry, they are saying it is not specific. It can kill any organism, any pathogen. So it is wrong because we know innate immunity is non-specific, but acquired immunity is specific. So option number 3 is wrong. Answer will be option number 188. Option number 3. Number 4 part is same. Option number 4. Primary response is produced whenever body encounters a pathogen from the first time. Yes, primary response is first time, is for first time, and the secondary response is for second time. Okay, question number 189. So list 1 and list 2 is given. We need to, some biological molecules are given and their functions are given. We need to find out the correct answer. Okay, let me write here. So biological molecules, and hereditary biological functions. Biological functions. Now, number A, glycogen. Number B, globulin. Number C, steroids. Number D, thrombin. Here number 1, hormone. Number 2, biocatalyst. Number 3, antibody. Number 4, storage product. Okay. So next is glycogen. Glycogen is a storage product. We know the storage product of animal glycogen. Okay. And globulin. Globulin protein is an antibody. We know that antibody is an immunoglobulin. Steroids. Steroids are used for the formation of hormones like sex hormones, aldosterone. Okay. Adrenal hormones. Thrombin. Thrombin is a biocatalyst. We can say. Thrombin is a biocatalyst. We can say. So answer will be option number 3. Thrombin is a biocatalyst because it will activate something. So biocatalyst. Again, question number 189. Answer will be option number 3. Now question number 190. Again, 2 lists are given. There is diaphragms. I think I need to write it here. Otherwise you will not understand. So number 8, diaphragm. Number 3, contraceptive tube. intra-uterine devices. Number D, lactational hemorrhage. So what is lactational hemorrhage means after birth, after childbirth, okay, the menstruation cycle stops for sometimes. This is the lactational hemorrhage. Okay, so answer will be what? Answer will be lactational hemorrhage. Absence of menstruation cycle and ovulation. It is correct. Absence of menstruation cycle in option number 3. In these two option number 3 it is given. Absence of menstruation cycle and ovulation following perturbation. After the delivery of the child, perturbation. After childbirth, perturbation, there will be absence of menstruation cycle and ovulation because ova cannot be produced. So this one will be what? Lactational hemorrhage is option number 3. And intra-uterine devices. Okay, intra-uterine devices will be. What does it do? Intra-uterine devices, it kills the sperms. So it kills the sperms. So it's a phagocytosis. Kills the sperms, phagocytosis. So it will increase phagocytosis of sperms within uterus. So this one will be option number 2. Next is contraceptive pill. Contraceptive pill will do what? Contraceptive pill will why pill has to be taken so that the ova doesn't produce. Because if the ova is produced, ovulation. If the ova is produced, then the fertilization occurs. When the accidental, if we are not sure about pregnancy, then we take pill. Why? Because if you take pill, then it will not allow ovulation. Ovulation means what? The production of ova, the breakdown of the liver follicle. As a result, if ova will not come from the liver follicle, then sperm will go, but it will fuse with ovum. There is nothing. So contraceptive pills are used to inhibit ovulation and implantation. If the fertilization also occurs, if the ova is produced, if the ovulation is done, then also sperm comes and fusion is done, zygote is produced, but it will not allow to implant. It will not allow to implant. As a result, pill is taken just to avoid pregnancy. If the zygote doesn't implant, how the pregnancy will occur? So it works. Contraceptive pill work in 2 ways. It will inhibit ovulation and implantation. So you will be option number 1. And first one is what? Diaphragms. No, diaphragms will be, yes, what is meaning? The remaining one, they cover. Diaphragms are cover. They cover the cervix, blocking the angiosperms. Cervix, the cervix part of the female reproductive organ, it will cover that particular part. Are getting my point? So that the sperms cannot enter. Are getting my point? It acts as a barrier. Diaphragm is a barrier. So you get option number 4. So answer will be option number 1. Are getting my point? Now 191. Okay. 191. What they are saying is that 10 E. coli cells with heavy nitrogen N15 double-stranded DNA are incubated in medium containing N14 nucleotide. After 60 minutes, how many E. coli cells will have DNA totally free from heavy nitrogen? Okay. Okay. So let me write here. So we know that after 20 minutes, there is a code. I think we know these things. Okay, you know. After 20 minutes, there will be 100%. In the first stage, there will be 100% hybrid. I get your point. After second stage, it will be 50% and 50 and 50% and 40. Okay, I'm getting my point. The third stage, it will be 75%, 75% and 40 and 25% and 50. After the fourth stage, it will be, what do you can say? 12.5%, 12.5% and 40 and 50 and 87.5% and 40. Getting my point? So this is very, very important. So it is saying that after 60 minutes, 20, 20, 20. After 60 minutes, how many E. coli cells we have the DNA? Totally 54 molecule. So in first stage, suppose in first stage there will be 20 cells. Second stage, first stage 10 cells. Second 20. Third 40. No? Third 40 no? You see? Yes. If one cell, okay, you try to understand like this. If one cell gives 2 cells give 4 cells, 4 cells give 8 cells. So what are they saying? 10 E. coli, no, 10 E. coli. So multiply it by 10, it will become 10, 20, 40, 80. 80 cells. So in 80 cells, 10 E. coli will give, after 4th stage, it will give 80 cells. I'll get my point. Now, how many percentage, how many cells will be free of? How many cells will be free of what? Okay. So what it will be? It will be easy. Option number 1 is 40, option number 2 is 60, option number 3 is 80. So 60 minutes, no? 20, 40, 60. So you see, for 60 cells, so it will be around 20, will be 60 cells. 60 cells. You can easily find out the percentage. If you know the percentage, then you can easily find out. The 60 cells will be free of. Will be free of what? Will be free of. If you know this percentage, then you can easily find out that out of 80 cells, 60 cells will be totally out of heavy negativity. Getting my point? The option will be option number 2. Question number 192. Question number 192, the recombination frequency between the genes A and B. Okay. Recombination frequency now. You see? So, suppose this is a chromosome. Getting my point? Let's suppose this is a chromosome. So what it is saying? That the combination frequency between the genes A and C. Suppose this is the A. So A and C is 5. You take out the largest one. A and C is 5%, B and C is 50%, B and D is 9%, A and B is 20%, C and D is 25%, 24%, and A and D is 29%. So keep them distance, no, because A and D is 25%. So keep them at terminal. So A will be here and D will be here. Total distance how much? 29. Okay, now you see the combination frequency of A and C is 5%. So A and C is 5%. Suppose A and C is 5%. This is the 5%. Then B and C is 15%. And B and D is 9%. A and B is 20%. So this is 29. Suppose A and B will be here. So this is 20%. A and B is 20. A and C is 5. Then C and D will be 10. Are you getting my point? C and D will be 15 actually. This is 5, this is 10. 15. C and D is 15, it is given, and we have also find out that it will be 15. Okay, done. And A and B is 20. A and B is 20. A and C, so C and D is given. And B and D is how much? B and D, you see? What is the frequency B and D? B and D is 9. So A and B is 20. So this one from here to here will be 9. Yes, it's correct. So what will the arrangement? Arrangement will be A, C, B, D. A, C, B, D. Option number 3 is the correct. Now question number 193. 193, two statements are given. In a scrubber, the exhaust from the thermal plant is passed through the electrical wires to charge the dust particle. We know that in scrubber, line water, there is a brush like thing, line spray will be done in the, when the air will be passed out in a particular tube of a scrubber, line water will be given to the particular dirty water and it will, as a result the air will be filtered. So statement 1 is wrong. Statement 2, particulate matter 2.5 cannot be removed by scrubber but can be removed by electrolytic precipitator. Scrubber is for the large particles, but the small particles still remains in the pure air, particulate matter. And the small particles from the particulate matter from that particular air will be cleared nicely by the electrostatic feasibility. Statement 2 is correct, but statement 1 is wrong. So option number means both statement 1 and statement 2. Statement 1 is correct. Is it correct? It is wrong because I have told you. In a scrubber exhaust carbon plant, electrical wires are not there. Lime water and a brush are there. So statement 1 is wrong. Statement 2. Particulate matter cannot be removed by scrubber. Particulate matter 2.5 cannot be removed by scrubber, but can be removed by electricity feasibility. Actually, particulate matter can be removed by scrubber, but larger one, I told you larger one, but they are saying that 2.5 cannot be removed by scrubber. It can be removed, and smaller than that thing it will be removed by electricity. So both statements are wrong. So answer is option number 1. Question number 194. Question number 194. Statement related to human insulin are given below. Okay, which is correct? We need to find out the correct. So in human insulin, you see, human insulin has 3 things. Okay, human insulin has 3 things. Suppose from here to here A, from here to here B, and this one is C. So C chain is not required. This structure of insulin is not functional. This structure of insulin is not functional due to the presence of C. If you need to make it is a pro-insulin. It is known as a pro-insulin. If you want to make this insulin functional, then you need to remove the C. Getting my point. And in laboratory, if you want to produce insulin, then you just need to code that particular A chain. You need to sequences. You need to know the sequences of that particular A chain and B chain. If you don't know the C code sequence of C, then it will not affect, because in insulin C chain is not required. So in laboratory, simply ABCD has what they have done. They have produced the artificially A chain and B chain, and both these chains should be combined together by disulfide. Sulfide bond should be there. Disulfide bonds. It is done by the ABCD competitively known. So this is all about insulin. Let us see what is the statement given. Pro-hormone insulin contain extra natural secret. Yes. Pro-hormone insulin is a hormone. So it contains extra chain. It is correct. Option number A. We need to find out the correct statement. So pro-hormone insulin, yes, it is correct. Option number B. A peptide and B peptide chains of insulin were produced separately in E. coli as structured and combined to 18 disulfide bond between them. Yes. A chain and B chain are produced by a leading company in their laboratory, and they are combined together. They are produced in the E. coli, okay, by the genetic method. And after that, that particular thing, these two chains are joined by the disulfide bond, and insulin is produced. Option number B is correct. Number C. Insulin used for treating diabetes was extracted from cattle and pigs. Yes, RDL is used to do. RDL. Option number D. Pro-hormone insulin needs to be processed for converting into a mature and functional hormone. Yes, pro-hormone has to be what you can say. Then they need to be processed to make it functional. They need to remove the C. Option number E. Some patients develop allergic reactions with the foreign insulin. Yes. Earlier, what happened, insulin were directly given to the patient from the cattle and the pig, but it has developed some kind of what you can say allergic reactions. That's why nowadays insulin are not injected directly from the injection. But here what are they saying? Choose the most appropriate answer. All are correct, but the most appropriate is this one. That is insulin A, B, C chain are produced. C chain is not required. If C chain is produced, if C chain is there, then it becomes non-functional or non-active. It is in the pro-insulin. And if you remove the C chain, it will become active or insulin. This is the most appropriate. Option number B will be correct answer. This is option number B will be. Option B will be, then answer will be 1. Question number 195. Which of the following statement is not true? Sweet potato and potato is an example of analogy. Yes. Homologous means same structure, different function. Analogy means Same function but different. Same function, sweet potato and potato storage of food. Same function but different order. Number 2, homology indicates common ancestry. Homology indicates common ancestry. Yes, it is correct. Homology is same structure but like structure of our hand and structure of our tiger hand structure. Both are same bones, but they are using it for running. We are using it for drink walks or for taking food. So, but we both have the same structure of our bones. Four bones. So other bones also similar. So what does it mean? We came from the same ancestor. So homology indicates same ancestor. Yes, option number 2 is also correct. We need to answer the incorrect statement. Option number 3. Three parts of penguins and dolphins are a pair of homologous organs. Homologous means same. So yes, it is three parts of penguins and dolphins are a pair of homologous organs. Penguins and dolphins. No, dolphins are mammals and penguins are birds. So they have a different ancestry. It is not a homologous. It is an analogous. Option number 3 is wrong. The answer will be option number 2. 195, option number 3. What is option number 4? Analogous structures are result from convergent evolution. Yes, it is. Analogous structures means same function but different structures. What does it mean? They are living in the same type of environment. They are living in the same type of environment. They may be of different. Their body may be made up of different structures, but they are performing the same function. Why? They are surviving the same ability. So convergent. Question number 196. There is a list given, list 1 and list 2. So in list 1, what is given? A. Bronchioles. B. Goblet cell. C. Tendons. And D. Adipose tissue. We need to find out the function. So, what is they are made up of? Bronchioles. Bronchioles is made up of what? Bronchioles will be made up of ciliated epithelium. No, because bronchioles, you don't know what trachea bronchioles, they used to filter the air, they need to trap the dust. They need to trap the dust particles. So it is made up of ciliated epithelium, cilia. A will be 4. Goblet cell, what does it do? Goblet cell is made up of, I think, glandular tissue, because goblet cells secrete what? HCl they secrete, so HCl needs to be stored in a glandular cells. Goblet cell is made up of glandular cells. So 3. Next, tendons. Tendons are what? Tendons are connective tissue. Are you getting my point? Tendons are connective tissue, dense, regular connective tissue. It will be 1. Remaining will be 2. Adipose tissue will be loose connective tissue. So answer will be option number 4. Question number 197. Which of the following is correct statement about bacteria? Correct statement. Bacteria are exclusively heterotrophic organisms. No, some bacteria are here which can produce their own food, like cyanobacteria. Okay, so this is wrong. Number 2, slime molds are saprophytic microorganisms possible under the kingdom of Monera. No, slime molds are saprophytic, we know, but slime molds will fall under protozoa. Slime molds will come under protozoa. Get my point? Kingdom protozoa. Protista, that is protista. Okay, not kingdom protozoa. Kingdom protista. Okay, now number 3, mycoplasma have DNA, ribosome and cell wall. We know mycoplasma have DNA, ribosome, but they don't have cell wall. Mycoplasma don't have cell wall. Exception. Question number 4. Cyanobacteria are a group of autotrophic organisms classified under kingdom Monera. Yes. Monera means bacteria, and in bacteria there is a cyanobacteria which can produce a root food. So option number 4 is correct statement. Option number 4. Question number 198. Which of the following are not the effects of parathyroid hormone? Are not the effects of parathyroid hormone. So option number 1, stimulate the process of bone reabsorption. Are not. No. Yes. Actually, parathyroid hormone stimulates the process of bone reabsorption. Means from the blood calcium will be reabsorbed by the bone. This is the function of parathyroid. Are you getting my point? They are saying which are not the functions of the parathyroid. So A is the function. Number B, decrease calcium level in the blood. Yes. They will not decrease the calcium level in the blood. Are you getting my point? They will not decrease the calcium level in the blood. Because they are not hypocalcemic hormone. They are hypercalcemic Option number C, reabsorption of calcium by the renal tubules. Yes, parathyroid hormone will allow the renal tubules of our kidney to absorb the calcium from the what you can say, from our nitrogenous waste, that is urine, from the urine. Number D, decreases the absorption of calcium from digested food. Decreases the absorption of calcium from digested food. Wait a second. Which of the following are not the effects? Actually, parathyroid hormone will stimulate the process of bone reabsorption. Parathyroid hormone will help the bone to absorb calcium from the blood. Number B, decrease calcium level in the blood. No, this is not the function of parathyroid hormone. Parathyroid hormone will increase the calcium level in the blood. Number C, reabsorption of calcium by renal tubule. Yes, it is correct. So option number B they will not do. Option number A and C they will do. Option number D, decreases the absorption of calcium from digested food. No, they will not decrease the absorption of calcium from digested food. Getting my point? And this is also wrong. Option number D is wrong. Option number E, increases metabolism of carbohydrate. No, this is also not the function of carbohydrate. I'm sorry. Here. So B, D, E is not the function of parathyroid hormone. Are you getting my point? We need to find out which are not the effects of parathyroid hormone. So option B, D, E. Option number 1. In option number 1 is given B, D. Now question number 199. Oh, this is the 199. I'm sorry, this is the 199. Okay, question number 198. 198 is option number 4. Then what is 9? Option number 196. Option number 196. 195. So yes, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95. Okay. Now 200. So now 200. If a color-blind female marries a man, whose mother was also color-blind, what are the chances of our progeny having color blindness? Okay. If a color-blind female, okay, color-blind female. So color blindness is always shown by the recessive. Getting my point? So XCX marries a man whose mother was also colorblind. So this is a marries a man. So you see, here the XC will show the effect because Y will not act as a dominant. Here the man, this is the man and this is the female. No, the female is colorblind, but the female husband is also colorblind because XC here, single XC can also produce a disease because here dominant Y will not act as a dominant. Are you getting my point? And the man came from where? Obviously from mother and father. Suppose this man came from whose mother was also colorblind. The mother is also like this, X6. So from mother came X. But here the man will also develop because Y will not develop as a Y is present. Are you getting my point? So XC will express its character. Now if they get married, so you see, first of all you try to understand XCX will get area. XC will be affected. And XX will be normal. We know. Now, this one very important. I will draw this one if you want to take it. Now, from here, XC will come if XC combines with this XC. So it will be color line. Again, it may combine with this one. So XC, Y. This one will also be color line because XC will enter the. Now this one will be XC, so color line. And if it comes with this XC, Y, this is also color. 100% chance is there to be color. The answer will be option number 3. So question number 200 is also done. So here we have completed all the questions of NEET 2022 biology question. So I hope that you have understood. If there is any type of confusion, then you can write in the comment box. I hope that it will be beneficial for you. So thank you for coming here. Thank you once again.